Alright, so we're going to take a look at this video from Unique Entertainment titled Bryan Callen is really depressed about his career dying. This feels like something that should have been covered, 5 years ago. But here we are. Let's see what we got.
It does eventually stop. The music stops. Everything stops. And
if you're not okay with yourself, that can be brutal.
Well, and I was thinking about that too. Like, you can live a good long life, but you're ultimately going to say goodbye to this avatar.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to say goodbye to this avatar. You're going to say goodbye to this thing that I work on, that I try to preserve. I do jujitsu so I can teach my son, and we wrestle, and then I want to be 60 but able to fight somebody.
All right, the first thing I got to say here that I notice is Bryan seems to talk a lot about his family now, and I just don't feel like he used to. Now, is that because he's talking about the new family, or is this in reference to the kids he had before? The family he had previously? Because he's saying he wants to teach his son jiu-jitsu. I think some of his kids have to be of age, and then the other ones are basically toddlers. So which one is he referencing?
Buddy, I like that I can grab a 21-year-old kid now who doesn't know what he's doing and fuck
his ass.
You know what I mean?
Right?
Do whatever I want to him. No, wait, hold on.
Right?
What? No, that's not what I was going to say.
Okay, sorry.
I was going to say kick his ass.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, not
my bad.
Kick his ass.
Rewind.
Fuck his ass. Yeah, you got to say kick.
Kick. Yeah.
Okay, why do you have a boner?
Lick his ass?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but you're going to say goodbye to this. It all goes away. And
Sure.
I think about that too. I was thinking about that. That's a really good practice. Like, just practice observing this cloud of sensation that needs food, that needs validation, that needs love and warmth.
Now, here's the thing. I have always enjoyed Bryan's fake tough guy comedy shit. I like it. I think it's funny. Because I think everybody looks at him and they know he's not kicking anybody's ass. I don't think he ever has. And the fact that he still attempts to train as if that's somehow going to make it more believable. Hilarious. All right? But that's about as far as it goes. When he's literally getting called out by Brendan and Joe about him being bullied and how he wouldn't actually do anything, and it's the people he hangs out with that makes him think that he could. Very funny. It makes him even saying stuff like this seriously even funnier, because you're like, dude, what do you mean? Why would you need to do that? Why would you need to think that you need to do that? It's odd. It's too much ego, man. Why would a 60-year-old need to fight a 20-year-old in the first place?
And all that. Just practice observing, and then realize that observer is going to watch this thing burn away.
It's hard to do, and this.
That's right.
And it was
something
he's
never really had a time to do either. Like, he's never really. I talked to Dennis Miller. I did his show, and he
come do my show, babe.
He was hosting for Larry King Live, and I said, "What are you gonna do?" And he goes, "I'm gonna get."
Bryan is very much like Brendan in the name dropping. Like, let me just say who I was hanging out with recently, and you're like, hey man, I don't think it really matters, nor do I think anybody gives a shit. Like, you'd have to be a really old person to even recall somebody like Dennis Miller. Is he doing anything these days? Yeah, he was kind of funny. He had a show and all that shit and did some movie work, but come on, man.
I'm going to get out and I'm going to go to Europe and stuff. He goes, I'm 65 or whatever he was. He goes, I haven't done anything. I've been on the inside of a studio. I haven't seen the world. Yeah. I want to go out there and see like the things I haven't seen. I've been working. And by the way.
All right, so this is what it sounds like is Bryan is trying to put on the Dennis Miller hat as if he's him, and he has sacrificed so much of his life to do X, Y, or Z. But it's like, buddy, you had 2 families. You toured with Joe Rogan. You opened for a lot of guys. You started headlining yourself. You put people on. You had a successful podcast for some time. And you're saying that you haven't had time to really do anything for yourself? Like, well, most people don't have the time when they're doing things for other people so often to go and take a jiu-jitsu class or boxing or wrestling or whatever the fuck it may be. That's all you doing for you. Now, you can sit there and say that you do these things because you want to teach, your children or somebody else or whatever, but it's like you were still away. Whether it was touring for comedy or in this jiu-jitsu class, you weren't, you weren't thinking about the other people. And now you're saying, hey, I might as well just give up this comedy thing because it ain't going well so I can go see the world. You're like, dude, you're just copping out again. Like, just say it's over, dude. Just say I'm good on doing it. Do what Brendan did and start doing lives, all right? But either way, go check out the Unique Entertainment channel. Hit the like, hit the subscribe over here, and we'll see ya.